Hey everybody, here it's Andrew Hasman here from REMAX in Vancouver, and I'm just providing you my monthly personal synopsis on what's happening in the Vancouver real estate market. We haven't got the stats yet for October. They should be out tomorrow or on Wednesday, but I love kind of doing this without looking at the stats because then it just gives you my personal read on what's happening in the Vancouver market. Obviously, I work in the West Side. I don't work out in Surrey or in the Fraser Valley. So just trying to sort of give you my sort of take on what's happening locally here in Vancouver. And as I said, the stats should be out in a couple of days, so we'll have a bit more of an indication then. But then again, keep in mind, stats are very general across the area and the region. So my take is more kind of localized, Vancouver East, West, maybe a little bit into Burnaby and such, sort of more local here in Vancouver. So what's going on? We definitely personally saw a nice bump in activity in October, right after Thanksgiving. Jill and I have been actually quite busy. We've been selling. We had a number of transactions the last 3 weeks in October. Looks like November's getting off to a pretty decent start as well. But I will tell you this. The properties we sold were all priced correctly. Some had been on the market for quite some time and we'd seen price reductions. So some of our buyer clients were able to scoop up some great deals, taking into account prices had come down. They saw the value, jumped in and made a nice purchase. On some of our properties that we had listed, we educated our clients, the sellers, told them where they needed to be on price. They listened, priced correctly. And I've said this all along, in any market, if you've got a property to sell and it presents nicely and it's priced correctly according to the market, it's going to sell. And we had great success in October. But in general, as a whole, I think the market activity for October is going to see a slight bump from last year. I could be wrong, but that's my take on it. But we're still going to be quite a bit below the 10-year average for sales. I'm guessing we're going to be somewhere between 10 and 20% below the 10-year average. So sales are still somewhat depressed across the region. We had another Bank of Canada rate decline of 25 basis points last week. That's no doubt going to help a little bit. It'll help push some buyers off the fence. But I think we're still in for a very slow, sluggish fall market. Sales coming up maybe a little bit from last year or maybe not, but definitely well below the 10-year averages. If you're a buyer, this is the best market we've seen in years, maybe even in decades. Tremendous opportunity. There's good supply in the marketplace. There are some sellers out there that have to sell for personal reasons. They've reduced their prices. Some properties are selling as much as 20% below the BC assessed values. Keep in mind, BC assessed values that we have right now are based on July 1 of last year, 2024. So the assessments are now kind of, not that accurate. And so we're seeing tremendous opportunity for buyers. If you're a buyer looking to get into the market, this is an absolute fantastic time. There's very few other offers out there. You're typically not competing. You can do your due diligence. You can shop around. It doesn't get any better than this. If you're a home seller, it's a little tougher. You've got to listen to your agent or listen to us, your agents, and make sure you're priced according to the current market. If you price at last year's prices or even 6 months ago prices, you're going to find it hard luring buyers. You need to be priced correctly. Your home needs to show and present nicely or beautifully. It needs to stand out. If it doesn't stand out and it's not priced according to the market, you're going to have slow, sluggish showings. You might even get very frustrated with the process because people will come and look, they won't offer, they go away. There's just nothing happening. And so we're finding that for clients who've priced according to the market, it's a fairly straightforward process. If you're not priced according to the market or your home is shabby, doesn't present well, cluttered, it's going to take longer to sell if it even sells at all. Listen, it's Andrew Hasman here from REMAX. Jill and I love helping our clients. We've been doing this for over 30 years. We've worked in up markets, down markets, and sideways markets. We feel we have a handle on this market. If you need any help, reach out to us anytime. We would love to hear from you. Andrew Hasman from REMAX. Look forward to talking to you soon.